Hey guys, today we are going to work on finding intro to 2.2 finding um, graphs of linear equations. So the warm-up question is just an opinion. Which format of the equation have you heard of before? I provided 3 of the forms for you, so go ahead and tell me which ones you've heard before. You should have at least heard of one of them before. Today we're going to work on finding graphs in slope-intercept form. So we have y equals mx plus b, where b is the y-intercept and m is the slope. Okay, so the y-intercept is where the line crosses that y-axis, and then the slope we have to find by doing rise over run. So looking at our first equation here, we want to find, it says, what is the slope and intercept of this line? So we have y equals negative 3x plus 8. Okay, so remember it's y equals mx plus b. Okay, so the 8 is your b and the negative 3 is your m. So we're going to write it as negative 3 and 8. And make sure you keep the signs with it. The next one we have here, we can see that the m value is this whole fraction. So it's always the number in front of that x. So 2/3, and the b value, make sure you take the sign with it, is negative 5. I think you should, actually, we'll go ahead and try these ones as well. So this one we have y equals x divided by 3. Okay, so this is one's kind of different. Remember, in front of an x, we always have a 1. Okay, so the number in front of x is this together. So it's going to be 1/3. And then your b value is 5. So you have 1/3 and 5. Last but not least, this one is not in slope-intercept form. So we've got to do a little bit of moving around and solving before we can get it, we can find our slope and intercept. Okay, so remember, y equals mx plus b, that means it's equal to y. So if I get this equation equal to y, it means we want to solve for that y value. So we got to get rid of this 5x. So if I add that 5x to the other side, that gives us 5x plus 15. Now, aha, we can find the m and b. So we get 5 and 15. Next one says write an equation for a line that has the slope of negative 1/4 and a y-intercept of 1/2. So I think the easiest way to do this, guys, is go ahead and write y equals mx plus b in here. And then we're just going to fill it in with what we know. So negative 1/4, that's the slope. So that's the m value. So we want to delete the m and type in negative 1/4. And then we have y-intercept of 1/2. So I want to delete this b and type 1/2. And there you go. We've written an equation. Next one, it says, what can you find on this graph? So we want to find the x-intercept, the y-intercept, and the slope. Okay, so let's start out with the intercepts. We can see here we have -6 and 3. Got to think about what is which axis is it going through? This one is the x-intercept because it's going through that horizontal axis. So that is the x-intercept. The other one is going through the y-axis, so it's the y-intercept. So -3 is the y-intercept. Last but not least, we want to find the slope. And this is a little tricky because they do not give us the lines here, but we can still create our triangle like we did last week. So I'm going to go ahead and draw, and I'm going to draw from the -6 to the -3, just because it's really hard to determine any other points on this graph. And we have to figure out what is the rise and run. So if I start it here at 0 and I count down 1, 2, 3, that's going to give me a -3. And then going to the right here, this is at -6 and we go to 0, so that's 6 spaces. So if I put that together as the rise over the run, that's -3, 6 or -1/2. Okay, the next case, we want to graph the equation of the, or find the equation of the graphed line. Ooh. So first thing we want to do here, find the slope. This one is a little bit friendlier for us. So we can go ahead and draw our triangle. Okay, and that is going down 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. That's -4. And then we also want the run, which is 2. So the slope is -4/2, or if you simplify it, -2. Then the y-intercept is where it crosses that horizontal axis. So go ahead here and highlight the horizontal axis is right here. Let me make that a little bit bigger. Okay, here is the horizontal axis. So we can see that it crosses right down here at 4. Plug those in, y equals n, which is -2, plus b, which is 4. Okay, next one, it says Anna has a $12 and saves $4 each week. So that is the equation. Which graph models that? So why don't you guys go ahead and try to figure out that one on your own. And we also want to graph some equations. So go ahead and open up number 10. We want to start with the b value. The b value is 4. So go ahead and put a dot at 4. And we want to do our rise over run. So we want to go down 1 because it's -1 and over 2 because it's a run of 2. And 2 points make a line. So then you can go ahead and connect those. And there you go. I want you guys to try 11 and 12 on your own, see if you can figure it out, and go ahead and submit. Have a fantastic day, guys.